So, Fosa, please introduce yourself and tell people who you are. I want to, first of all, thank you for doing the Art of Fearlessly Giving Back interview and for being part of this project. But tell everybody who you are and what you're up to.
Well, thank you so much for the welcome and the invitation to be part of this project. It's a high honor for me and for us. My name is Fosa Gobadia. I'm with the Initiative PT Day of Service. I'm a co-founder of the initiative, co-director, and I am also with the organization Move Together, which is the parent organization of PT Day of Service, and I'm the CEO of that organization.
So how did PT Day of Service get its start? I mean, I'm always fascinated by just, you guys have got some major success. You've created some major raving fans across 39 countries and 47 states, I believe you said earlier. How did this happen?
Yeah, thanks for asking that, Michelle. You can notice I'm smiling. Anytime I get a chance to reflect back on the stories, formation, and origin, it's a happy thought. So in 2015 was the birth year of the organization. I actually did a trip around the world in 2015. I went to 22 countries in 8 months. And the idea was to create a montage mosaic of health service, physical therapy, different cultures around the world, and see what I might learn and what I might potentially do. And I set up clinics, I taught, I learned a lot. I did some treatments, obviously, and things of that nature across different continents. Specifically in February 2015, I was in Iquitos, Peru. Peru, and Iquitos is right on the Amazon, and you could only access or get to Iquitos via plane or via boat.
Beautiful.
I was working. Beautiful. It's great.
I'm just seeing green and amazing.
Just the environment, the culture, the people are just, it was surreal and it's nice. It's an interesting place. One of the days I was there, I was on this boat one day on my way to the service site. I was on a boat. Yeah.
Okay, not a goat, a boat. Okay.
No, not this time. Yeah, maybe in the future I'll be able to go and I'll get an idea. This time I was on a boat on the water, and I was on my way to a service site where me and another group were going to be doing a project. And Michelle, this idea that had been in the back of my mind for some time, I think a couple of weeks at that point, suddenly shot to the front of my mind. And the idea was this: what if we challenge students, staff, clinicians of the physical therapy profession around the country and around the world to do an act of service on the same day? Then what if we also challenge those same people to share the moments had and the connections made online, social media, things of that nature? I asked myself, what might that mean for the bonds within our profession of physical therapy? What might that mean for the brand of our presentation to the world at large? As you can imagine, I was getting pretty fired up for much of the rest of the day. The idea was sort of feeding on itself a little bit. Once I finally got back to the mainland and headquarters I was staying, I emailed one of my closest friends at the time, Josh D'Angelo, this idea. And Michelle, it was still an idea. There's still a bit of sure of itself, or there's an innocence to it. But I emailed Josh the idea, Josh D'Angelo, and he responded in an email in the form of a high five or a hug. And he goes, Fosa, not only do we have to do this idea, we can't not do it, almost in a reverse compulse, double negative way. And the idea was born. And then over the next couple of weeks, we put together a team of PT students and professionals around the country and also around the world. And we got it going. And we effectuated and actuated the idea. And in that first year, we had 28 countries participate and all 50 states.
First year, you had 28 countries participating.
28 countries in all 50 states. Wow. In the second year, which was last year, we had 42 countries and again, all 50 states. And in that time, aggregated together, we've had at least 8,000 persons do a project.
So I warned you at the beginning of this interview that my puppies might be doing what they're going to do now. So this is a real down and dirty. I'm in my studio. You're in Atlanta. I'm in Cave Creek. And we got barking puppies. So we're just going to let them bark for a second. So tell us, I mean, I can hear about what your core values are, right away, but tell us a little bit about PT Days of Service core values.
So the essence of PT Day of Service, if I'm giving a sort of maybe not a tagline, but just a quick synopsis. What it's all about, Michelle, is local service and a local impact for a global impact. Because what it is, this PT Day of Service, these service projects are people in their communities doing a project in their community. So local effects and local impacts for a global effect. So that's a quick synopsis of what it's all about. Some of the core values or things that are important to us is a concept of sustainability. Sustainability in our efforts. So sustainability and impact. So something that you do, whether it's painting a park bench or cleaning up a park or doing a food kitchen or working in a food kitchen or something of that nature. Hopefully that impact has a sustainable nature on the person or on the place. Also sustainability in the behavior. People that participate in PTDA service wherever they are, hopefully they find that they like to serve or they like to serve in this way or in their community, and they continue that behavior in service and those moments of service even after the day. Another notion of sustainability is sustainable relationships. What's been so beautiful about PTDA service, Michelle, is that it's brought people together, either colleagues or classmates coming together to serve, and those people connecting with the person or the under end of that potential service. So sustainability in the impact, sustainability in behavior of the person who's serving, and sustainability in the relationship of the touch points that happen around these moments. So sustainability is important to us. Responsibility and efforts. You certainly don't want to be iatrogenic or harmful in your effects. How might you responsibly give back and serve to your community in a way that helps? And that ties into the concept of positivity as well, and respect if there's in that nature. And lastly, the theme for this year for PTDA of service is transcendence. And that there's a bimodal definition or way we're looking at that. Transcend in the concept of there's far too often in today's day and age with all the noise and outlets out there, a lot of chance for negativity, in different ways. So this gives us a chance to transcend that negative noise and come together on a day and serve. And we've seen some beautiful moments throughout the last couple of years. And also transcend the borders of our profession. So this year, it's happened organically in the past, but this year we have proactively invited others outside the profession, friends, family members, other professions, to come to serve with us on this day. So that's the skinny of it. The core values of sustainability, positivity, responsibility, and the theme this year of transcendence and transcend.
I love it. There's so much going on in the media around politics today and negativity, and people are always talking about how they're seeing all that stuff on Facebook. I never comment on any of that stuff. So what happens is it doesn't come up in my feed. I don't see any of it. It's awesome. Don't participate in the negativity, right? But in fact, actually do something positive and proactive, and that's how you counteract the negativity, is by doing something positive, right? That's so cool.
Yeah, and Michelle, the piece that I didn't add, we have people utilize this hashtag called PTDOS, short for PTDA of service.
And you did. I think you said it earlier. So the value at WebPT that we're focusing on for this series, I think, is perfect for you guys. Their value is service, creating raving fans. And so I interviewed kind of the marketing sales team at WebPT last week, and so now I'm talking to you about that core value. How do you see your organization demonstrating that core value of being a service? We've talked about a lot of that already, but you really have created raving fans. I mean, if you have so many people, how many hundreds of thousands of people at this point? What's the numbers of people?
Yeah.
Every day, how many people have you had participating?
Yeah, there's a few different numbers to look at, right? Some of the stats. We were trending last year, which I still don't know what trending means, but I think we were trending on Facebook and Twitter. I think we mentioned some of the stats earlier. We had the overall aggregated. We've had at least 8,000 people participate, and that's the minimal threshold of stats that we've actually tracked. We believe there's been more. We've had 42 states participate in the second year, 28 states in the first year, and all 50 states in the union. And we're already looking good for this year. 47 states in the country and 39 countries all around. So those stats speak to the people and the raving fans and the people that are plugging in. And I think, why is that happening? Service, Michelle, just makes sense. I think deep down we all want to serve, and when we're all born and constructed to serve. Sometimes a challenge, there's not this palpable path on how to do so. So some of the magic, at least I believe, some of the magic with PTDA service, we created this portal and this palpable path an apparatus in which you could serve on this day. Again, with your classmates, with your colleagues, in your community. And then not only within that geographical community, but now is this whole professional community of PTs, but we're even transcending now. And also this virtual community as we're sharing these photos and videos online. I used this term a couple of days ago in another talk with somebody. It's beautiful when the images and the photos come in on that day with the hashtag. It becomes this quilt of goodness and dynamicity and diversity of efforts and people. And service is a common denominator. And then the different people doing different things in different ways. That's the beautiful variation and variegation.
Well, I think that service makes you feel good, and that's contagious, right? I mean, it catches like wildfire when people are doing good stuff. It's just a good thing. So what can you tell other organizations that are charitable about the benefits of partnering with a company like WebPT? What's the benefits of working with WebPT?
Well, the beautiful thing about a company like WebPT is their heart for service. You know, their pursuit of engaging in their community and doing so many wonderful things in their community in Arizona. And then they have these strong and bold missions and values of how they want to transform the world through transforming the profession of physical therapy through their company. And that's inspiring. And that kind of big thinking and visionary thinking really fits well and intersects well with what we're doing as an initiative of PT Day of Service and what we're doing as an organization to move together. So it becomes about these docking points of working with great institutions like WebPT and great leaders like Heidi and Nancy to see where our missions align, which is in many points, and see how we might achieve the objectives on the path to that mission together. So for a charitable organization looking to actually fulfill their mission and pursue their vision, it behooves them to seek out organizations like WebPT and leaders like those who lead the company.
And, you know, the fact that you're both PT companies, obviously, there's an alignment there because what you're actually doing is really healing pain. I mean, you know, physical therapy, I've had physical therapy in the past. I've had shoulder operated on. I had an Achilles tear rupture last year. If it wasn't for physical therapy, I wouldn't be walking. I wouldn't be scratching my nose. I mean, really, it is very hands-on love. And Manchas agrees out there in my path. He agrees.
He's with us.
So she agrees, actually, but Mocha's a little boy. So tell me, this next one is a personal question. Tell me what you've learned about being fearless, because whenever you start something new and it's kind of different, you have to kind of walk through people saying, what are you doing? Like, it's, you know, there's a lot of naysayers, right? And that can create fear, right? So you learn to be fearless when you start something new, and you know you have an idea and you implement it. Tell us about what you've learned about being fearless.
Yeah, there's a few things to share, and I'll keep it skinny. One is I'm always inspired by that Latin phrase, "Fortes fortuna juvat." You know, fortune favors the bold. You know, that's just a mindset that's been with me since I was young, and I've just found it's better to lean into the mountain. You know, especially when it's steepest. You know, and that's how you get up it. And I'm a big believer if something is on your heart to do, so especially if that's something that's good on your heart to do, and it persistently stays there, that's the universe or your God or whoever telling you that is achievable. And that's how I've sort of measured and guided. I've measured or used as guidance for some of the things that I've done, you know, and the people I've done things with have done. Can I visualize it? Do I believe it? Can I actually see it and palpate it? If yes, then it's working and I believe it can be done. And then my process is once I get that visualization and agree that it can be done, then work yourself backwards or work your way backwards to identify and delineate the steps and identify the people who you can work together to make it so.
So you're really, the way you deal with fear is just by creating a process and actually getting shit done.
Get her done.
Well, I want to thank you very much for taking time out and talk with us. I will keep you posted on when the opening is for the Art of Fearless Giving Back. And Manchas has been very good out there. She's only barked a couple times. So we're
Cheers.
And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for taking time out.
Michelle, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.